Alright, I'll teach you how to get through a speech the proper way. I had some experience with public speaking since I had to speak in front of my whole student body class and parents and uh, everything. I had practice with it. So first, determine who is your audience. What's the message you're trying to convey for the audience to absorb to keep their attention. Remember, kids in high school and below have a shorter attention span. So is your stuff persuasive, informative, or entertaining? Next, what's the purpose of the speech? There's a reason why you're asked to do the speech in the first place. What is you trying to leave with the audience after the speech? So you have to have a main message. And that way you have to get through brainstorming. It may take you time to figure out what you will take about doing it. You will make a list of all the things you're interested in talking about and see which points are relevant. And remember, too much information is just a problem. So once you have to just grab their attention, and your audience won't feel the same anxiety as you will being on the stage. So, because their only requirement is just to sit there and listen to you, so you have to try to keep their attention and keep them active. So you will feel tempted to jump right into your main material and have something so eager to prove that you have something to offer them. But it's good to start off with something at the beginning, such as an anecdote, a joke, or a question. It'd be good for you to do that. So the first thing you have to do is like prepare yourself with the introduction. Once you gather attention, use your intro of your speech to let the audience know what to expect during the rest of the speech. This will keep their attention. You have to have three to three topics, and it'd be good to keep them on. Next, the body and conclusion. To finish off sticking with the topic, don't don't get off of it because then it's just not a good look on you. And have something memorable in the conclusion. So stick it to them. You always got to keep it going. Have enough time for questions at the end of every speech, so you can ask them to get the audience involved and make sure they were focusing and also accept the things that you get, as in the feedback is actually good. There's nothing wrong with it. So getting ready to present after you're done with the speech, first admit that you have a problem. There's always somewhere that you can improve on dealing with public speaking because you get nervous and it's too much. So what you have to do is keep practicing, practicing, and practicing, and look in the mirror. Say it to yourself and ask friends, family, anybody that you know is close to you to help you practice for it. Have them be your audience so you can just talk to them and ask for their feedback because they will actually help you the most. So next you probably want to organize the presentation. Make sure the presentation is organized and as many points you have to make in your presentation. You should have at least one more example than to have with that point. So there's illustration. And make sure you take care of yourself. Like make sure you get plenty of sleep, uh, eat a good meal, and always stay hydrated. Make sure you have water available at all times, even during the speech, because then you're talking so much, your voice is crackling. So you have to own the place like it's your own. So you have to show up early. So the first people that walks in, you can actually greet them and welcome them to your place. This is your audience that you want to get to know and just introduce yourself personally because you're the host. So you have to connect with your audience. Many people use a personal story about themselves to connect with the audience. So so you can see, so they can be comfortable of your presence, so they could listen to what you have to really say. So you have to make the presentation about the audience instead of yourself, so it can impact them directly. Use just a few words as possible, just to keep the point across, and don't just overwhelm them with just so much information. Like I said, little is better than just too much. So, and then after that, you just ask for honest feedback at the end. Don't just take, oh, you did a good job, and oh, that was good information. Just it's not what you really want to look for. It's not. That doesn't mean if they was really paying attention. So it's always to ask for honest feedback throughout the whole process. And throughout the whole thing, just don't be afraid to get through a speech. Once you follow these steps, you will be ready for any speech really, or any presentation that gets through your way. You can even be close to Barack Obama. You think he don't prepare himself before a speech? Well, he do, and he practice to make sure he gets it correct in the right way. Make sure you have everything down, every point across and made, because he's talking to the whole United States when he makes his speech. And if you do the same, you will be a successful spokesman. Now, go and make a difference. Good luck.